Keeley Electronics, one of the godfathers of the pedal world. I personally put them in the same sentence, in the same breath as Analog Man, as Z-Vex, and all the other OGs. And they brought out 3 new overdrives, brilliant overdrives, but you don't need me to tell you that they're great, because if you know Keeley, then you already know that they're going to be brill. But anyway, they're adding to their 4-in-1 series of overdrive pedals, which consists of the Nobel Screamer, and a concept that is so incredibly simple. It kind of makes you wonder why nobody's done it before, but let me tell you, it is genius, and it works so well. Each pedal allows you to combine and swap out different aspects of 2 classic circuits to build your own hybrid drive tones. It's kind of like a nod to Robert Keeley's modding roots. So the new pedals, we have the Angry Orange, the Super Rodent, and the Blues Disorder. And please also subscribe to the channel. It's completely free to you, but it makes me feel all warm inside. Okay, so let's take a look at these one at a time, and I'm actually going to start with the highest gain one, the kind of angriest one. Basically, the idea with these pedals is that you can split the tone and clipping sections of the 2 circuits and switch between them. So first up, the Angry Orange, as I said, is the angriest of the 3. And the 2 circuits that make up this pedal is like a Big Muff, I think it's like a Civil War Big Muff, and a Boss DS1. Because those 2 circuits are so distinctly different, you can really tailor and build your own higher gain distortion / fuzz sound. So in the case of the Angry Orange, we could have the clipping section of a Big Muff, but the tone stack from a DS1 to kind of get this completely different mid-scoop out of a more Big Muff style distortion. And then vice versa, we could have the more aggressive clipping style of a DS1, but the more kind of tilt tone stack of a Big Muff, and it completely changes the way you interact with that sort of tone. Of course, as well, we can go full DS1 or full Big Muff, and both of these are excellent examples of each circuit. So next up is the Super Rodent. Any guesses what two pedals make up this one? So it's going to be a Rat and then a Super Overdrive, an SD1 smushed together in a box. A really nice box, actually, I must say. I initially thought that this was a bit of a weird combo, a bit left field, but it might actually cover the most range out of the three pedals, gain-wise anyway. These two pair really well, and being able to switch out the tone and clipping sections give you some tones that are still classic, but you've never heard them. It's a weird combination of vintage tones that have never existed before. Using the RT drive side, but with the SD tone stack, completely fills out the bottom end a bit more and shifts the mid-range, whereas swapping that round allows us to bring out a bit more spikiness and top end out of an SD1 type of tone. As I said, I think the Super Rodent covers the most ground gain-wise out of the three of them, and therefore would fit on literally anyone's pedal board. If you're going to get one of these pedals, this would be a good shout. Finally, we have the Blues Disorder, and I have a feeling that this is going to be the most popular. It kind of fits in with what I see as the current climate of popular drive pedals at the moment. It combines a blues breaker with an OCD to create the Blues Disorder. Pretty clever. And I kind of knew going into this that this was going to be my favourite out of the three because it fits the most with my style of playing, and yeah, it's probably the one I've played the most. Funnily enough though, and this is actually true of all three of the pedals, for the first few hours of playing them, I didn't touch the knobs once. All set to 12 o'clock and then switching between the two drive and tone settings kind of gave me everything that I wanted tonally. It just goes to show how well tuned these pedals are. But then when you do start to tweak the controls more, this pedal covers a hell of a lot of ground as well. Either get a more mid-forward blues breakery tone or switch it up and get a more ampy saturated tone. Also with this pedal, I've just been digging the full OCD mode. Just sounds great. Gives me everything I want from a drive like this. And spoiler alert, this is the one that's now living on my pedal board. I'm truly honoured to have the opportunity to work with Keeley on this video and make a pedal of these three truly excellent overdrive pedals. They just have an air about them that just gives off quality and care. The feeling of the enclosures is superb. The tones, as I said, are so well tuned and balanced, and the different options it gives you, there's kind of not a bad sound in any of these pedals. The concept of these pedals is such a simple idea, but to go along with that, it has to be executed flawlessly, and I think they have executed this 4-in-1 idea perfectly.